Hey, AP2s. Oh my gosh, I miss you guys. I miss my lab. I miss people. I miss being able to go out in public. I don't know about you, but like this whole social isolation and quarantine thing has got me like crazy. Anywho, okay, so AP2s. This is for your urinary and the reproductive labs. So, what I need you guys to do is, hang on, I wrote it down over here for myself. Read through labs 12 and 13 in your lab books. That's going to be pages 73 through 76, and then pages 80 through 84. Okay, so read through those, complete any and all of the labeling and questions in those two labs. It'll be urinary and reproductive. So there's labeling on pages 77, 82, and then 85 through 87. When you finished all of those labelings and questions, make sure that you're taking pictures of those and sending them to me and to Dr. Nelson both, just so that we can make sure that you get credit for getting those labs done. Okay? There's not a lab lecture that goes with the reproductive system. Hopefully by now you're all grown-ups and you know how those things work. Nelson will have specific lectures for you guys for that when y'all get to that reproductive system with him, but I don't have an accompanying lab lecture that goes with it. It's basically just get your labeling done. So you guys can take care of that. Just send me the pictures when you're finished. So what we're looking at specifically today, or in this video, is the urinary system. Okay? And I will be uploading your notes. I know they're not there yet, but I will be uploading your notes. My internet has been crazy, so I apologize for the delay on this one. So let's just jump into the urinary system. All right. So, specifically looking at the kidney, and the functional unit of the kidney is the nephron. Okay, so the nephron has a few different parts, and I've drawn it out for you guys here on my whiteboard. And I color coded it because you guys know I color code everything. So this is a very rudimentary drawing of a nephron. All right, there, maybe not so much glare. Okay, so this little ball here is the glomerulus, or the Bowman's capsule. Okay, then coming off of it, you have the proximal convoluted tubule. Then that goes down into the loop of Henle, and then into the distal convoluted tubule and the collecting duct. Okay, this will be in your notes. It's going to look a little different in your notes that I will be uploading. And then right here where this line is drawn, you have the renal cortex, and then below it is the renal medulla. So let me go to my notes that I will be scanning in and uploading for you guys later on today. So here we go, okay? So here's your kidney, right? And here's your inferior vena cava and your abdominal aorta, right? And then here will be your renal vein and artery, okay? And then this would be the kidney. So each of these little peach things is a renal pyramid. All right, you guys will be labeling these in your lab book later on. But if you were to take one of these renal pyramids and magnify it a ton, right, then you would begin to see a bunch of little tiny nephrons in there, okay? And here's your drawing of the nephron that's in my notes, okay? And there are two primary types of nephrons. You have cortical nephrons and you have juxtamedullary nephrons. Cortical nephrons are those nephrons that sit high up in the renal cortex, and their loop of Henle only descends a slight distance into the renal pyramids or the renal medullas. And then you have juxtamedullary nephrons. Those are the ones that sit right above the renal pyramids, and they have a loop of Henle that goes way down into the renal pyramid or into the renal medulla. They function the same way. They're going to do the same job. And basically, the nephron is a big filter. Okay? So when we start the filtration process, at the glomerulus, the little ball, okay, it filters out all of the red blood cells, so only plasma enters into the proximal convoluted tubule, okay. And in the proximal convoluted tubule, we start filtering that blood plasma, and we start reabsorbing waters and sugars, okay. And then as we get into the loop of Henle, that dips down into the medullary pyramid or the renal medulla, okay, then we start filtering out more water through the use of aquaporons and things like that, okay. And then as we start coming back up the other side of the loop of Henle, the ascending part of the loop of Henle, then we start reabsorbing salts, okay. And then by the time we get into the distal convoluted tubule, then we're finishing that filtration. We're reabsorbing more water and more nutrients, right? And then when that empties into the collecting duct, it's basically now urine, okay? And it is, we've filtered out all that we need to filter out. And so as it's traveling through the collecting duct, we're going to filter out a bit more water. And then it's going to become urine, and from the collecting duct it's going to go into the minor, and then into the major calyces, and then into the calyx, and then the calyx eventually connects into the hilum, which off of that becomes the ureter, okay. One thing that people confuse in urinary anatomy is the difference between the ureter and the urethra. Okay, the ureter connects the kidney to the bladder. One more time. The ureter connects the kidney to the bladder. The urethra connects the bladder to the outside. Okay? So ureter, kidney to bladder, urethra, kidney to outside, or bladder to outside world. Ureter, kidney to bladder, urethra, bladder to outside. Okay? That's basically the notes that I have to go through for you guys for urinary. Nelson and I have been talking, and we are trying to get plans together to go in and do those last few dissections that you guys have for the labs. So it will be the kidney dissection and then the fetal pig dissection. We'd like to get those done and video and get them uploaded for you guys. We have talked, and we're making plans to get those taken care of. In the meantime, you guys know, if you need to get in touch with me, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, reach out to me in any of your multiple ways to contact me. I hope you guys are doing well. I miss you, and talk soon. Bye-bye.